Good morning, everyone. This is Zoe from Thinkcloudly. I thank you all for joining our webinar today. And today's webinar topic is Turn IT Challenges into Career Success. So, today we'll be teaching you how you can turn the challenges that you face in your IT career and turn them into success. We will enhance on the fact that as to how you can use the obstacles into stepping stones to build your IT career. So, to make your morning more interesting and full of knowledge, let me welcome the speaker of today's curriculum, the most beloved Mr. Naman Jain.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you, Zoe, for the nice introduction. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you doing, Naman?
I'm doing good. I should be asking this because last time I remember that you're not well. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm great. I've done better. Today's I'm very better. Yes. Thank you.
So how's everyone doing in the audience? So let's just quickly check with the audience, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Let's see how's everyone doing today in today's temperature. Oh my God.
Great. So how many of you are in Canada? I mean, how many of you are actually have started experiencing the snow? Yeah. Yeah, great. So thank you everyone, for joining. I really appreciate it. So we guys are going to talk about some of the challenges, in IT today and how can we basically turn it into success. And also I have planned one, Zoe, I basically have
Mhm.
planned one good filter for like a hack, what I want
Okay.
to basically share with the students. Maybe it can help them because I remember at times people reach out to me, so they basically use that hack. I think that can be also certainly helpful, for every one of the aspiring student who want to get
Definitely.
into IT. And I'm
Definitely.
sure that all of them want to get into IT, isn't it, everyone? So is everyone ready to start your IT journey as soon as possible? What do you think?
Definitely, Naman. And to be very honest, with your experience, I think anything that you give us, any tips and tricks would be really beneficial.
Yeah, Zoe. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be part of the excited students and also the community, the tech community of our experts and recruiters. That actually helps me to stay up to date as per the market. And that one thing I want to share with everyone who is connected at Think Loudly, because it really helps. It really helps with a medium like this, that we can share our information to the bigger audience, because sometimes it's not possible to touch base with everyone like every day. It's not so possible.
Definitely, yes, definitely, 100%.
Okay, so let's start with the agenda, Zoe. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Naman. So, everyone, in today's agenda, we'll be having a guessing game. We'll be playing a game of, how you can guess what's the right answer. And then we'll be going on to the topic of today, which is the IT challenges to career success. Moving on, we'll be having a small quiz section where we'll be taking quiz and seeing if what you've learned in today's webinar. And the fourth step would be the certification process. So, we'll be sharing links and details where you can input your details, and we'll be forwarding you the certification of today's webinar. And after that, we'll be having again a Q&A session where we'll be testing what kind of knowledge have you actually gathered from today's webinar. So this would be our today's agenda. It's also visible in your screens, I hope.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So sounds exciting,
Definitely.
Zoe. Because let's begin. Let's see like if everyone can participate in the in this
Guessing game, yes.
guessing game. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So let's engage. One second. Let's engage and have some fun. Fun bring workout. So
Hmm.
over to you, Zoe. You want
Thank
to?
you.
Okay.
Definitely. So, which cloud model allows you to rent only the hardware without software or operating system? So, we'll be asking all the questions, and I request every one of you to, write the answers in the chat box.
Yes, yes. So I think my all the students who are here who have some knowledge on cloud can easily answer this question. So we have like three different models, right, in the cloud: SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So which cloud model do you think? It's just to rent the system. It's not about hardware. It's not about operating system. It's not about the applications. Which is that? Okay, so so many of you are responding with IAS. Great.
Yes.
Are you sure, guys? Are you sure that it is IAS? Can anyone tell me like what IAS stands for? Let's quickly check how many of you knows IAS. What IAS stands for?
We
Yes.
have we have answers, yes.
Okay, it's infrastructure as a service. You're right. Okay. And can anyone tell me like what PAS? It should be PAAS. It's not. It's like it's a mistake. PAAS. So what does it stands for? Platform as a service. And what SaaS stands for? It's a software as a service. Okay. But the right
Correct.
answer, because we are talking about only hardware right now, is certainly the infrastructure as a service. Great. And it is one of the great question even in the interview. I know it sounds so basic, but you know what? When interviewer wants to actually understand your basics, the foundations, then they ask this question very regularly. Okay. Okay. So another Zoe, another we have like true and
Yes,
false. Yeah.
definitely. So, in a multi cloud environment, all cloud providers must use the same security protocol. So, you have to answer in true or false. So, we request your answers, please.
Oh, yeah. Is it true or false? In a multi-cloud environment, all the cloud providers must use the same security protocol. Wow. We're talking about security protocols, we're talking about multi-cloud environment. You can see that there are two intersections here. We are talking about the cloud and the security. So what does it mean? I mean, security protocols are certainly like followed by all the clouds, because without those protocol, you cannot implement the security in place, and your system is always can be compromised easily. So what is this? Like, do you think that all the cloud provider must use the same security protocol? The answer is false. Yes.
Yes.
So the students who have answered it false, you guys are absolutely true. Correct. So that, yes. So it's not mandatory. Every cloud environment can have a different security protocol implemented, and it is now organization's choice which cloud provider they pick, which security protocol they pick. So it totally depends on that. Okay. So every cloud provider, every organization has their own choice. Okay, over to you. Unscrambled word.
Thank you, Manaman. So there's a word that is given, and you have to unscramble the word. And I'll just provide the hint. The hint is a process in Splunk for organizing and storing data for efficient retrieval. So please unscramble the word and give us the right answers. Any answers is acceptable. Please, please. Yes.
You guys can just don't look at the answers posted in the chat box. Try to unscramble yourself as well. You never know if the answer provided by someone else in the chat is exactly right or not, right? So a process in Splunk, I mean, Splunk certainly has multiple components, right? So one of the component which helps in organizing and storing data for efficient retrieval. Okay, so what is that? Anyone else wants to answer this? Anyone else? Anyone who has explored the tool called Splunk in the past? Okay, yes, it is certainly indexing. But let me ask you one follow-up question over here. So Splunk has multiple components. Can someone tell me in the audience that what are the other components? Can you give me that one other name of or any of the component what Splunk has? You can pick from the architecture diagram. Anyone? We have indexing, we have something else. Can you tell me like what are that word? What is that component? Yes, forwarding. Anything else? Anyone? Search head. Great. Yes. Forwarder, search head. These are also the components of Splunk. You're right. Great. Now this is an easiest question. I think you guys
Yes.
can all participate. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Samlaman. So here the question is: I am the certification that proves you can audit and secure information systems while ensuring compliance. Who am I?
Yeah. So we're talking about certification right now, and it is about audit and securing the systems and while ensuring the compliance as well. So which certification are we talking about? L- Please, the people who know the answer, it's better that if you answer it in full form, like if you can, answer it with the like, yeah, it's better. Okay. So it's certainly the CISA, Certified Information Security Auditor. or you can say system auditor. It's not security, it's system auditor. So certified information and system auditor. Okay, great. So this is a very important certification to have nowadays. Students who are coming from various different background, if you're able to get this certificate, it is certainly very helpful. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now we have to fill in the blanks. And the question is the three key principles of cybersecurity are, there are three answers or three key principles.
Yes, it's very important, everyone, to understand the principles of cybersecurity. Our journey of cybersecurity starts with this principle. And what are those principles we are talking about here? We discussed that even in the past, like whenever we start the cybersecurity training or GRC training, right? So, what are those three principles? Okay, let's see the answers. It's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Sometimes availability can also be referred as accessibility. Okay, so always remember that the complete journey of security starts from here. This is a starting point. You need to know the principles, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And I'm sure that everyone who is learning cybersecurity or GRC with us, you guys already know about it. Great. So we are here. We are done. I thank you so much everyone for participating. Zoe, I think most of them have participated today.
Yes, yes, there was a lot of answers that we got.
Great. Okay, so Zoe, you know what? We
Hmm.
wanted to just tell this to the team. What makes Think Loudly a better place, or you can say different. You will
Definitely.
have access to the course and study material for life. I'm sure that we guys are connected probably for 3 to 4 months or maybe 6 months, but you still want to come back after an year. You can always access the material on Think Loudly platform, on which we are day and night working. Okay. We have a dedicated team admin for each student. If in case you think that admin is taking some time to respond, you can certainly reach out to me or Zoe. We are trying our best that we can touch base with all of you. We actually provide job support as well, and we are a team of 140 experts. So if in case you need any information at any point of time, in IT, you can certainly reach out to us. Either I can or either my one of my expert can basically assist you to provide that answer. If you still have such doubt which you think is something what you're not be able to understand, but you can always approach us. We are approachable and we can certainly work towards it. Yeah. Now,
Definitely.
just quickly check. We will be posting a form right now in the chat box. I want everyone to participate and let us know your interest of the certification you would like to do in future. Okay. So let's say if someone who is preparing for Security Plus, or you're preparing for CISA, or you're preparing for CISSP, or probably Azure, AWS. So we will be posting a link. Admin has posted a link in the chat. So use that link and tell us that which certification is in your roadmap right now. Okay, you can pick one certification. I think I'm not sure if it is multi-select option available. So pick one certification and let us know that which certification are you planning to get in near future. Okay, so that if we have some resources available, we can certainly make those resources available to all of you, and that can certainly help you. Let's say some of the past questions or some of the material if we have in our uh, with the backend team, we can certainly be sharing that with you. So you can just go to the link and fill up the link real quick. Can everyone please, once you fill the link, can you say yes or done in the chat box? It certainly help us to know which certification is in your roadmap and you're trying or planning to do to be in IT. So real quick, if everyone can just say yes or done, it would be certainly giving us an acknowledgement that you guys have done that. It really helps us to capture your interest, to provide you the right information before you step into the real certification exam. CISM, amazing. Okay, great. Everyone, please, would you mind? I am seeing so many familiar names. I am seeing
Yes.
we have Divakaran, we have Dorothy, Dennis, Delhi,
Michael.
Daniel. Yeah, I mean all of these are very familiar names. I think we interact every day. Michelle is here. Thank you, Michelle, for responding. Yeah, so Cedric, Babajide, amazing. Andrew. Okay. So now, why are we here today? So Zoe, let me take over from here. Okay.
Sure, Naman. Definitely,
Other
yes.
question now. Okay. So everyone. Can everyone tell me like why are we here? What knowledge are we, planning to get from this session? Like what is exactly you would like to know when you are here? So what exactly you would like to know? You want to break into IT? Okay, what else? Can anyone tell me like why are we attending this session today? Okay. Anyone else? Can anyone tell me like why are you attending this webinar today? I mean that's very important, right? We need to know like what exactly the challenge we normally face, when we actually want to get into IT, right? Exactly. Okay, William want to get a job and you will want to learn some tips and tricks to get the interview. Great. To sharpen your skills, correct? To advance your knowledge, break into IT. Great. Okay. So I think first of all, let's pay attention to some of the challenges we normally face. Okay. uh, and this challenges needs to be addressed, and with the help of this challenge we will basically create a list, you know that what is going to be my bucket list. Okay, which I am going to solve for myself, whether I belong from IT or non-IT, right? So we are going to basically talk about two things right now. The number one is the challenges, that what are my real challenges, and then I'm going to create the bucket list, because if I create this bucket list, or you can say checklist, I will pay attention towards it so that I am getting fully ready to be in IT. Okay. So now, talking about the challenge. So what is that one challenge everyone actually faces when we talk about IT today, right? So what is that one challenge you have in your life right now with respect to IT? I'm not talking about the interviews. I'm talking about the challenges, the skill building challenges. What is that one challenge you have? William, lack of experience, great. Projects. What else? What else? What is that one challenge you guys are facing? Skills. Okay. Anyone else? Any guesses, please? Skills for the job. Great. What else? Hands-on. Hands-on projects are similar thing. Yes, experience is similar thing. What else? Oh, you are new into the field, right? Okay. So the number one challenge is the number one challenge is that some of us think that coding is important, right? Have you ever come across some of the commands, the Linux commands, which scares you or which you're afraid of, right? Or probably Python coding. Sometimes we look at the technical stuff and that looks very scary, you know. Oh my God, this is so scary. I'm not able to understand. Oh, this is a black screen and some of the commands over here, right? And it really makes us feel that this is actually one challenge in front of us, isn't it? So how many of you think that coding or running commands, in Linux commands is actually your challenge? Can everyone say yes or no so that I understand if you're really someone who really think coding is your challenge? Only yes. One yes. What about others? Greatest. Okay, for someone it is greatest. What about others? Jerry is saying yes. Hassan is saying yes. Okay. Okay. Now let me tell you one thing. Uh, you know, the students I have been talking to and who have landed the job, you know, they always say that coding is not a challenge anymore. Okay. Why? Because if you don't know coding, you're not stepping into the world of software development. Leave the software development aside. If you're not someone who is coming from software development environment, you're coming into project management, cybersecurity, GRC, AWS, DevOps. So coding is not something what should be a scary thing for you, because nowadays interviewers are not focusing on coding as much as they used to do 2 years ago. So that is the insight I'm trying to bring for all of you. Okay. Are you able to understand? So now for us, as we always think that coding is a challenge, I should know Python, I should know this, I should know that. That is not very important for all of you. Okay. So for me, bucket list is that if I am able to learn Linux, okay, if I am able to master Linux, that is enough, and it is applicable for everyone who is here right now with us. So what you have to do is that in your checklist you have to learn Linux, you know. And if someone thinks that you cannot learn Linux, it's okay, it is fine, you can leave that, because even that is not important from interview perspective. If you learn Linux, that is going to be an added advantage, but it is not something what you need to have, like it is not must to have. Okay. So number one challenge we all face is the coding. We have a fear of coding, and that really scares us from upcoming interview. Trust me, if you don't know coding, it's okay. If interviewer says whether you know coding or not, you say no, I don't know coding, I have not coded, that is fine. Okay? But yes, if any one of you who wants to keep who wants to learn something in coding, then start with Linux and master your Linux, and that's all. Does that make sense, everyone? Over here, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say here? Please, can everyone please say yes, no, so that I understand if you're able to get me? Yes. Now, let me tell you, how can you master this Linux? How many of you have attended my free Linux course for those 7 hours? How many of you have gone through that Linux course already? Do we have anyone in the house here who actually went over those 7 hours of Linux course, what I provide to the students? Do we have anyone who went through that, right? If you are able to go through that, right, 7 hours, that is quite enough for all of you. Okay. I will certainly be sharing with you once we end this session. I will share with all of you. Okay. So you guys can go to that session and attend that session for 7 hours. It is available to every one of you. You are one of the student, one of the family member of Thinkcloudly. It is available for all of you. If you are able to attend that 7 hours, right, that is enough. You don't need to know anything else apart from that. Does that make sense? So are you guys going to attend that Linux session? If I am going to share the link with you, bookmark it, keep it handy with you. Trust me, if you're able to attend that 7 hours, it starts from basics of commands and it goes to it goes to scripting level, and you will know how to create small scripts. Okay. So I'm going to share that with all of you. Remind me when we are ending this session. I'm going to share with all of you and use that. Trust me, if you use that, you will be able to, overcome this challenge of coding. Okay. Now, the next challenge for all of you. Have you come across, it's free, of course. The self-paced learning it's available for all of you. Okay. So the next challenge is, have you ever come across some of the terminology which you have heard very first time? New keywords. Does it happen that you have heard a word very first time? Does it happen or not? I think that's a quite a normal problem, right? Quite a normal challenge, that there is a word you have heard very first time and you get confused. What does that word means, right? So that is very important in IT. Okay, that's very important that you build your own dictionary. Okay, I mention it as a dictionary, but I think it's more like a bundle of words what I keep with me always. So let's say if I come across a new word, not the English word, I'm not talking about the English word, I'm talking about the the IT keyword, the IT word, right? What you have come across very first time. See, trust me, it's very, very important that you come across some terminologies very often. Okay. For example, if I tell you protocol, right? So you need to know the meaning of protocol in IT. Okay, this is one of the keyword protocol that is very, very much used. If I say cloud, right? People who have heard cloud very first time, I'm sure there are people who have heard cloud very first time. I mean, you might have heard cloud a lot of times, but you don't know the exact meaning of that. Okay. So let me tell you one more keyword. Let's say, uh, let me think about it. Can anyone tell me like some different keyword, what you have come across in the past? I'm just thinking like what keyword is actually very new. Yeah, port numbers, right? Ports, okay. Port number is something which is important, right? Controls, very good. So for some of you, yeah. So just pay attention, guys. What I'm trying to say here. Port number, controls, cloud, protocol, Mac, right? All these words, maybe for someone, let's say maybe for Dennis, uh, control is something which is new, right? But maybe for maybe he knows protocol, he knows cloud, he knows ports, but he doesn't know controls, right? So it's important that you come across terminologies a lot. You take down the note of that terminologies a lot. Because if interviewer is going to ask you a question, right? It's important that you're familiar with that terminology. It should not look that you're too new to that particular thing. Because if you see that, right, everything is interrelated. Okay, so if I'm talking about cloud, somewhere you will see that protocols comes under cloud. So everything is interrelated. So having an idea about that one particular keyword is certainly very important. So throughout your journey of this learning activity, if you come across any new keyword, have that interest to research about it. Okay, so if I am introducing a new word, if you are coming across a new word, open the Google, read about it. Go to your session, ask your instructor, right? If you have any mentor, ask him. If you have any friend who is senior than you, ask him, right? So have that hunger to know every keyword you come across in this IT learning journey. If you don't do that, trust me, it happened a lot of times with me that I stepped into the interview. They were asking a very simple thing. Just because I'm not familiar with that one particular name, and I destroyed the complete interview. Can you imagine? So the first problem is that we get only few opportunities in terms of interviews. And imagine if we are just failing the interview just because we are not coming across some of the keywords, or we are not researching about those keywords. Are you getting what I'm trying to say, everyone? Are you able to follow? Please, I need the confirmation from you if you're able to follow, because this is very important. I'm trying to share something what has happened with me personally, and all many students have told me that, Naman, just because of that word I didn't understand. So I cannot share the list of the words. Trust me, there will be plenty of words. There will be thousands of words, right? What I'm trying to tell you is your journey is still going on. In this journey, whenever you listen to a new word, have that hunger, have that have that hunger to ask that question to your instructor in the class. Ask that question to Chat GPT, right? Ask that question to Google. As simple as that. So maintaining your own dictionary is certainly be helpful, because you guys are someone who come from a non-IT background, and your knowledge is very important. Okay, so you won't believe, uh, in one interview, right, one of our student, his name is Sheddy. So he always used to maintain his dictionary of words. So he told me that, Naman, I went to that one interview, and that interviewer wanted to just know whether I know about 10 different things or not. And and when he was asking me a question, I was able to talk about it. So he asked me 10, 15 things, and it was just because of my dictionary, because of my list of keywords, I could at least talk about it, and that too with confidence. Are you getting my point? So what if this happens with all of you, right? So how many of you are going to keep that hunger to research about every keyword you come across? Okay, that's something what every one of you have to promise me right now, because this is something I am sure when I meet you three months, right after 3 months, I'm sure that you guys must be having the knowledge about everything. Okay, now the third challenge what I want to talk to you uh, about something is the okay, Before I talk about the challenge, let me give you an idea. Imagine you have an interview tomorrow, okay? And that is on, let's say, information security officer. Okay, this is the position, information security officer, which is certainly a big position. Okay, and you are someone who is coming from a non-IT background and you want to get into IT. And luckily, from nowhere, a recruiter reaches out to you and say, "Hey, tomorrow our technical team is available. Can we have a session?" And the position name is information security officer. Imagine yourself that you are coming from a non-IT background. Okay, you're just in a learning journey, but tomorrow you come across an interview. Okay, and you now, what will be your situation? What will be the level of confidence you will have? Will you be 100% confident? Will you be 75% confident? Will you be 50% confident? Will you be 25% confident? And will you be 0% confident about this position? Let me ask this question from everyone. I need the number from everyone. Will you be 0% confident for the upcoming interview? Will you be 100% confident? Will you be 75% confident? Or will you be 50%? It is dependent on you guys. See, I cannot specify the number. It is you who will tell as per your knowledge that what will be your percentage level. What will be your percentage level? 50% ChatGPT will help me to learn about the position. Great. What about others? 10%? And postpone the interview. Please never postpone the interview. Postponing the interview is a negative impact. Please never postpone the interview. I'll talk about it in a while. 50%, 15%, 50%, 40%. Okay. So the next challenge is lack of confidence. Okay. See, always remember, whether it is the interview for the president position tomorrow, you have to have 100% confidence in you. Okay. Your confidence actually specifies, you know, your confidence actually specifies that whether you will be able to do the job or not. Okay. Let's say if you are going for an interview tomorrow, right, and you don't know anything about it, don't lose your confidence. The worst thing what can happen is the rejection. Are you afraid of rejection? Ask yourself, what will happen if you get rejected? There are 99.9% chances are that you will get rejected, right? But what is the loss in wearing the confidence of 100%? What is the loss? So don't make that mistake. This has been proven by a number of our students that wearing the confidence is better than having the 100% knowledge. No loss, there is no loss at all. It's just a rejection. Imagine if you don't even go for that opportunity, again, it's a rejection, right? So people who have answered 0, people who have answered 25%, people who have answered 40, 50, 75, 80. No, guys, 100%. I met a student day before yesterday. I'll not take the name. I am sure he must be here. Okay. So he had an interview. I actually pleaded that please don't cancel the interview. At least go and experience it. But he canceled the interview. He said, "No, I'm not ready for this. I'll go for the next one." So what do you think? Is it the right thing or not? I pleaded that don't cancel the interview, but he canceled the interview. What do you think? Is it good to cancel the interview, or is it not good? It's not good, guys. Just wear the confidence. You never know. You never know. Your interviewer can be very sweet, right? The interviewer can be very sweet, or can ask some questions what you already know. How do you know? How do you know what's going to happen? So the first and foremost thing for all of you is that you will wear how much percentage of confidence? Tell me, guys, how much percentage of confidence you will wear? It's the 100% confidence. If it is the interview of something you never even have thought about, even you have not even gone for it, you're not prepared. See, you will always think that I am unprepared. I'm telling you, even if you're 100% prepared, right? You will have the same thinking that I am not prepared. How many of, if you remember your college time or your school time, even if I prepare my 100%, I will always feel that I am unprepared. Did it happen with anyone here that you have your exam tomorrow and you always feel that I'm not ready, right? So that's not right. That's not the way you look at it. You don't know whether the question is going to be easy or question is going to be, you know, question is going to be harder. It's just that you will walk in the interview with confidence. Maybe that day is not yours, right? Maybe that opportunity is not for you. Okay. And the worst thing can happen is just rejection. So I mean, I think rejections are common in our lives, right? More than the success. I think I have achieved maybe success twice or thrice, but rejections are everyday thing, and we are scared of rejections, which is happening every day with us, and we are scared of that. So please, everyone, you guys have to promise me today. You guys can type the promise word in the chat box to assure me that Naman, I am going to be attending the interview for sure. I'm not going to cancel or postpone it, and I promise you, I'll wear my 100% of confidence, and I'm going for the interview. Okay, I'm just going to prepare for 1 hour or 2 hours, and that's all, but I'll not cancel my interview. So that's why, please, you guys can type the promise word and make me realize that you guys are actually understanding what I'm trying to say, right? So just make sure that you say the promise, like, it's very important for everyone over here, because lack of confidence will lead you nowhere. And that's the biggest challenge I have come across in my life, the lack of confidence. And since the day I started keeping myself confident, I'm able to talk to people, I'm able to represent myself, I'm able to represent the organization today. It's just my confidence which is talking here, right? So the please remember that. So you guys are going to overcome that challenge for sure. Okay. Now, the next challenge, what I want to talk about is and I want to pay attention to this a lot. Uh, Before I talk about it, let me ask this question. Or let me give you a scenario. Okay. Uh, I think I have spoken about this even in the past. I'm not sure how many of you have attended that previous session, but let me tell you. Just a moment. Okay. So let's imagine that there, there is a DevOps engineer. Okay. There's a DevOps engineer, and he has been working for almost 2 years now. Okay. And then there is a student who wants to find a job in IT as a DevOps engineer, right? He's just a student like you guys, and he wants to find a job in IT. Okay. But he has no experience or no idea about IT. So now looking at this two situation, who is who is experienced? Who is more experienced? The DevOps engineer or a student? I need the answer. The one who is working? Am I right, everyone? The one who is working, he's more experienced. Everyone, am I right? The engineer must be very experienced, right? The DevOps engineer must be very experienced for all of you. But you know what? This DevOps engineer was actually doing the same job every day. For 2 years, he was just creating one CI/CD pipeline, and he was just managing that for almost 2 years. But that student experienced 5 to 7. different projects in his lab environment. Now he knows whether whether Jenkins tool can be really connected to Terraform, whether Terraform can actually work with 1200 providers or not, whether those 1200 providers actually work with Ansible script or not, whether that Ansible script runs on GCP or not. Because this student was exploring, so while the exploration he could able to explore more number of tools, more number of integrations, more number of labs, and he was actually learning a lot. Whereas this DevOps engineer was actually doing the same job for almost 2 years, right? So now tell me, who is more experienced? Tell me who is more experienced. Is the DevOps engineer who is doing the same job every day, is he more experienced, or the student who has been exploring is more experienced, right? So what I'm trying to tell you over here is, some people have a misconception, that uh that someone who is already working, he must be experienced, right? He must be experienced. I have taken interviews so many times, and a lot of times it happens that the people who are freshers, the people who are entry level people, because their exploration level was on a next level, they are more experienced than people who have been working in IT for almost 5 years, and that's crazy. So many times it happened. I tell my colleagues that this person is like he's entering into IT, but he's more experienced than the person we interviewed yesterday, who had been working in IT for almost 5 years. The understanding level of of that fresher is much better than someone who has been working in IT for almost 5 years. Are you getting my point? So what is the crips over here? What is the catch over here? See, everyone always have this idea that, Naman, I have no idea. I come from non-IT background, right? And you always tag yourself like this. See, the moment you start the program in learning IT, whether with Thinkcloudly or whether any platform out there in the world, right? The moment you start learning, you are someone who is already IT, who's already in IT. So stop tagging yourself that I come from non-IT background. That is one phrase which actually takes you down 2 levels. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? So the challenge, this is the challenge what we are creating for ourselves. So from today, you guys have to start thinking that I am someone who is actually working in IT already, because now this is a time of exploration. I'm going to explore 5 different projects. I'm going to explore 10 different tools. I'm going to go for more and more practicals. I will do things myself. If I'm stuck somewhere, I'll take some help, but I'll overcome that challenge. Are you getting my point? Only the working environment you will not get, right? Only the working environment, that how to talk to your seniors, how to take help from your colleagues. But learning and experience can be done only with the exploration. Okay? So if someone says lack of experience, or you think lack of experience, trust me, this is how industry looks at you, So the only thing is that you have to kill your mindset that I come from non-IT, stop tagging yourself, and just explore different tools, explore as much as possible, and that is enough. Whichever field you have taken, let's say you are into cybersecurity, you are into AWS cloud, you are into Azure cloud, right? You are into DevOps cloud. Do at least 5 to 6 projects yourself. Okay? Do at least 5 to 6 projects yourself. And then wear a confidence that I know everything. I know everything. I can do anything now. Trust me, that will get you a job. That will certainly get you a job. Are you able to follow me, everyone? I'm honestly, I'm talking to, I'm this is my I think this is my heart to heart connection to all of you. This is something what I want to I'm trying to be in your shoes right now. I'm trying to tell you what you guys have to go through. This journey is not traveled by me. It's not going to be traveled by me. You guys are going to travel this journey. That's why I'm trying to be in your shoes, because I was one of you at times, right? So I'm just trying to be in your shoes and telling you that these are the challenges you must be having right now. Look, when this session ends, go through this session again and think that Naman is actually, touching my those wounds which I always had in my life. And is it just my misconceptions? Is it just my mindset which is keeping me, back of the queue, where I can be in the front of the queue with wearing more confidence, exploring more tools? Okay, let me ask this question from everyone. Okay, I'll not spend a lot of time over here, but I'll just ask one more question. Okay, so ask yourself one thing. When someone says that he's 2 years of experienced, and when someone says that I am a fresher, I am someone who is new, what is that difference these two people have? What is that difference these two people have? Can everyone please tell me? What is that what is that one difference these two people have? Both are humans, both are knowledgeable. What is that one difference they both have? This person has explored. He got a chance to explore, but this person got no chance to explore. Only that is the difference. Because he was working, so in his daily life, he was getting an opportunity to explore. But this person who is just a fresher, who just made up his mind that he will get into IT, he never got a chance to work in IT. What if this fresher does a lot of preparation, a lot of exploration himself, and goes ahead of this guy? So if you're able to explore more than this guy, then you're more confident. You're more, you're more confident. You're more knowledgeable, just because you have explored more. And trust me, I tell you one more thing. Okay, let me ask you one more question. This is also very interesting. I mean, this is something what I asked like a year ago from my students, and this is for one of the important thing. I think this is really important for all of you. I think I should ask you this. Okay, so there's one guy who has 2 years of experience, and there is one guy who has 2 years of experience. This guy also has 2 years of experience, and this guy also has 2 years of experience. Now, can you tell me like who is more experienced? Can you tell me who is more experienced? Both? Both are experienced? They have the equal amount of knowledge? No, right? So, what is the deciding factor over here? This guy actually worked for 500 hours. He explored, he read, he really worked hard. But this guy, 2 years, he just probably spent like 100 hours doing his normal job activity. He never explored. Both have 2 years of experience. Now, interesting thing is that both have 2 years of experience. But what this guy did in this 2 years, he did 400 of hours of exploration more. Now, who will get the job faster? Tell me who will get the job faster? The second guy or the first guy? The second guy, right? This is what I'm trying to tell all of you. So if you are coming from non-IT background, right? If you have zero experience of IT, ask yourself how many hours I spent since the day my course got started. And then tell yourself that whether you are prepared or not. Sometimes there's a student, okay? I invited that student yesterday in one of the boot camp. That student landed the job in 3 months, within 3 months. His course was over and immediately he got the job. You know what? In 3 months, he spent is probably 100 hours, 150 hours he spent, because he knew that this 3 months are not going to come back again. I'm going to put my 100% efforts. And he got the job in 3 months. Whereas other people are still struggling. the same batch mates, right? So the only thing is that how many hours you're going to be putting in that specific period of time, and that will take you one level ahead of everyone. Does that make sense, everyone? What I'm trying to explain you. I hope you guys are enjoying the session till here. I'm just trying to be in your shoes and trying to portray everything what I can imagine that you guys must be facing, right? So I'm just trying to tell you something what I can, maybe okay, fine. So should I continue? Should I continue? I know we are already up to the time, right? Should I continue? Okay. So now the bucket list, what my bucket list says that I'm gonna learn Linux. I'll be sharing the Linux link with all of you. Please spend your 7 hours. Give that 7 hours of your life to that session, and then thank me later on. Okay. Create your own dictionary. As soon as you come across a new word, keep gaining knowledge. Keep that hunger on. Okay. Third is where your confidence to what level? Can anyone tell me 0%, 25%, 50%, 75%? What is that level of confidence you're gonna be wearing? 100%. No matter if you fail, failure is a daily thing. Success is one time thing, right? And exploration will help you to go through projects, go through number of tools, you know read online, try ask your instructor, if it requires you to take some more subscriptions, take more subscriptions, you know so that's number of hours you have to spend, and that makes you better than someone who is already working. And one more example, everyone. Have you heard that someone has lost a job? Okay, imagine a situation. Someone has lost a job, but he couldn't find a job for 1 year. Can it happen or not? Let's say someone is already working for 2 years, okay, but because of the layoffs, he lost his job, and now it took him another 1 year to basically land a job. Like it took him 1 year. You know why it took him 1 year? It is just because in his 2 years he couldn't able to explore a lot. So whenever he was going into the interview, he was not able to set the expectations that he can really do the job. Okay. So your exploration, even people who start your journey in IT very soon, right? Trust me, your journey will not stop. As soon as you get the job, your journey will not stop. You will still keep learning you'll keep learning. I spend my 2 hours a day every day before I go to bed. I spend 2 hours of my time to learn new things because I cannot stop learning. If I stop learning, I'll be back. I'll go backward. I'll not be able to talk with confidence. I'll not be able to understand what you guys are saying. So for me as well, at this level where I'm actually having a very good life, but still I have to keep my learning on. So promise yourself that you guys have to learn a lot. Okay. You will never end your learnings in IT. That's for sure. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the session. So are you ready for a quick hack I want to share with all of you? Are you ready to see one hack real quick? I always show some hack in every session we meet, right? Let me show you one hack real quick. It's going to be very helpful. It helped some of my colleagues also in the past. Okay. So let me know once you can see my screen. One second. So, okay, I need the maximum yeses if before I basically go and share my screen. I need the maximum yeses that you guys are ready for looking at the hack. You must be knowing that. I'm not sure how many of you know that, but I just want to still share with you what I know, what I have used, what I have seen people using. Okay. Okay. How many of you actually use LinkedIn as a platform to search a job? Let me ask this question because it's a hack on LinkedIn. Okay. So remember this hack because this is gonna be helpful for all of you. Okay. So over here, one second. Okay. So over here, whenever you are searching for a job, okay, remember that you can go to the job section over here, and over here, search for the skill. Let's say if I search for cybersecurity, okay, under job section, you have to select your location. Okay. Under job section, select your location. Okay. And also select the keywords, like write the keywords. it will basically pop up multiple positions in front of you. Okay. Now you have to use another filter. Go to all filters. Okay. And in this all filter, one second, let me just find out. We have a filter called in your network. Okay. In your network. So when you turn it on, right, see it shows me 794 results. So when it basically pops up, now what will happen? I have this job, let's say for Infosys, the cybersecurity job, and these are the people, who are in my network, who are working for Infosys right now. So you can all, because this same job which is posted on LinkedIn, it must be posted in their internal portal also. Okay. So when you are searching for a job, it doesn't work every time though, but whenever it works, whenever you think that opportunity is solid, it's something which is like where you can utilize your connections, way, because they're the right people to refer you in that organization. So you can basically reach out. Let's say if I can message this guy or this guy or this guy, and I can ask this guy that, hey, you're connected with me, you're working as a senior project manager, can you please help me? Can you please help me to post my resume on this job internally? Because every employee has a access of internal job posting. Okay. So you can request them that I found this job here in Mississauga. Can you help me to post? Can you help me to refer for this position? If this person is generous enough, right, he will give you a little push. And that's very important. Do you want to see again what I'm trying to show? Do you want to see again, everyone? Can everyone please tell me if you understood what I'm trying to show here? If you want, I can show it from the start, like from the beginning. Okay, let me show you. So we are on over here on the profile page. We'll go to job sections over here. Okay, under job sections, I can type whichever job I'm going for. Let's say if I go for uh, AWS cloud, let's say engineer. Okay, let's say I'm going for this role in Canada, or let's say in Toronto. I can just select like Ontario, Canada. Okay. And over here, like multiple jobs are posted over here. So in my connection, let's say if I want to apply for this Go Easy Limited job, okay. And over here, now you can see here, go to all filters, scroll down to the filter called in your network, and it will show you 33 positions in Ontario. Okay. And now you have these people. You can ask them that I am trying to apply for Scotia Bank. I'm trying to apply for a Scotia Bank. Okay, can you please help me to post my resume for that position? I'm actively looking for a position. Okay, trust me. If this person is someone who has connection internally, if this person, because this person must be knowing some of the recruiters or maybe the project manager, maybe the current project manager, or they have the opportunity within that organization or within that project itself, they will consider your profile. Are you getting my point? Because every company, they first trust their own employees. Does that make sense, everyone? So are you going to use this? Don't irritate too much of as well to these people. You will come to know that if someone responds to you with positivity, with positiveness, right? It will certainly, you will come to know that whether this person is generous enough or not, or can help you in future or not. Don't irritate them. Don't nudge them a lot. So when you send them a message once, they will respond to you that yes I will, or yes I did, or yes we have an opportunity, someone will contact you, I have already posted it. If you see some positive message coming, right, at that point of time, you can certainly go for it. I mean, they will help you, and you can again reach out to them. Does that make sense, everyone? It need not to be in management, Cedric. It's just a person who is working in that organization. Okay. So how many of you are going to use this? I just want to know, like, if you guys are going to use this. I'm going to bring this again. Whatever I discuss with the people, I'll definitely bring it to you. Okay. Now, this next thing what I want to tell you is like, let's say if you're someone who is, you go for morning walks or you go for, a lot of, let's say exercise you do. I know that I'm too geeky. Sometimes I sound too, too like a geek. But trust me, guys, I used myself. I was once I remember, I used to go for a walk in the morning, and at that time I was learning Azure. I'm Microsoft certified trainer right now, MCT certified. So at that time I was going through Azure. So what I did, I basically went to Spotify and started listening a lot of podcast on it. Okay. So make sure that you guys are finding the right podcast for yourself. Okay. Again, this podcast, definitely you cannot practically do it while listening to podcast, but it will, again, you will come across some of the keywords, some of the new terminologies, right? So create that habit of going through podcast. Okay. And third important thing, which I want to close it right now, okay, which I want to tell you, which I want to tell all of you, that third important thing is that explore quiz section a lot. You will find tons of quizzes online, right, on different platforms. So quiz sections are very important for all of you. Okay, so let's say you learn a new topic, go and do your own self assessments. Okay, because once you go through self assessment, you will come across new things, and that will give you more clarity. Okay, sometimes it will give you some confusion also, but that confusion will be a birth of new knowledge. Okay, so first thing is that you will explore this option on LinkedIn, what we discussed in your network filter. Second is subscribe to a podcast which helps you learn something new. Okay. Third, go for the quiz section. Okay. So when you basically go to quiz section, right? Whenever you go for the quiz section, you will be able to assess yourself, your skills, your knowledge, and it can be certainly very helpful. So I hope every one of you enjoyed the session, what I tried to bring to all of you. Am I right, everyone? Like, did you enjoy the session? Let me just, okay, share the screen again. Do you want us to meet again, like the Saturdays, like alternate Saturdays? We'll certainly keep coming with the new sessions, new things. Okay, I'll be posting the Linux link. Let me arrange that link for all of you. I'll post it in a while, before we end this session. Okay. This is the number 725-710-9949. So kindly save this number. This is my own number. At any point of time you want to discuss something or drop me a text. Even if I'm busy, I'll try my best to get back to you. Okay. Be a little patient with me. I'm someone who is trying to work as much as possible, but sometimes my responses can be delayed. So 725-710-9949. Okay. Over to you, Zoe. I hope you're still
Yes, yes, yes. It was quite informative, Naman, especially the LinkedIn part. It was quite informative. And thank you so much for all the tips and tricks and all your knowledge. It was really, really great to hear all of them.
yeah. So yeah. So Zoe, like someone wants to see the number again. So it's
Okay.
757109949.
Yes, this is a number where you can have a consultation with Naman and we can obviously guide you for any query that you have with us. Also, you must all be knowing that, any friend or family member that you give us or, refer us gets you $100 as a referral, policy that we have. So, feel free to definitely refer us to your family and friend members and get the $100, cash back in the form of your referral policy.
Guys, this is again my one of my requests to all of you, that think cloudly as a platform. We do not spend too much of money in marketing, and that's why we are able to keep our programs very affordable. You can compare us, going through 2 to 3 months of program at a price like what we offer you is very challenging for us. It's just because we have kept our marketing cost very low. Only marketing which works for us is that your student support. So you can always, you can always refer your friends as much as possible. It will certainly help us to grow, and it will certainly help us to expand our platform to multiple students. So this is my sincere request to all of you. Please refer your friends. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So, coming up, we have a quiz section, and for that, you can either scan the code over here, and or we're also providing link in the chat box. So you can click on the link, and you'll be redirected to the page for the section. And once you land on the quiz section, I'll just share you all the instructions for it. So in total, you'll be having five questions, and you'll be getting 20 seconds to answer each one of them. Once you mark a question answer, you do not get a second attempt. So please be vigilant when you mark your answers. So in order to join the quiz, you can either scan the QR code that is provided over the screen, or you can go and click on the link that has been provided by the team over the chat box. So we'll be waiting for everyone to join. Then we'll be starting the quiz. So I request each and every one of you to please join the quiz section. Uh, Everyone, please join the quiz section. The scanner is here. You can scan the QR code and get redirected to the quiz page, or you can click on the link that is being provided on the chat box. So click on the link and get redirected to the the quiz section. So we're waiting for everyone to join, and then we'll start on the quiz. So we've completed our five questions, and any is the winner of this quiz. So any you get the voucher of a 15% reduction.
50% off. Yeah.
Yes, 50% reduction. Yes.
So any make sure that you capture the screenshot of that window and share with any one of us, any one of our admin team, so that we can send you your voucher for 50% off. So congratulations, guys. Can we wish congratulations to
Congratulations. Yes.
and
To
thank
any.
you. Yeah, sorry, Zoe.
No worries. No worries.
Okay, over to you.
Thank you so much. So, we'll be sharing out a link in the chat box where you can fill out your Google form. And this is required to get the certification of participation. So, in order to get the certification of participation, just click on the link that is being provided in the chat box, fill out your details, and you'll be getting the certificate for the participation.
Okay, guys, as soon as you fill the form, let me know because I'll be posting the link right now so that it doesn't get missed. So as soon as you are done with your you know filling up the filling up the form, just filling up the form, you can just check the Linux course. I have posted it. I'm gonna post it multiple times so you guys can bookmark it.
Yes, if you see under the name of Mr. Naman Jain, you can see the Linux course link. So you can click on the link and get it saved. So, everyone, after you finish your filling up the form and then going and visiting Mr. Naman's Linux course, you can definitely go and visit our YouTube channel, which is at the rate Thinkcloudly. And here, every webinar and every that we host get posted here like in 24 to 48 hours. So definitely you can get hold of these live recordings that we you attend, and you can definitely save them up so that for future preferences and references you can get it organized. Also, you can definitely click on the bell, which gives you notification when we post new videos over our Thinkcloudly channel. If you have any questions with regards to the current webinar or to anything over Think Loudly, feel free to connect to Mr. Naman or me or the team of Think Loudly at our channel. Post any questions you want or give a call to Mr. Naman or me, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions and any of your regards in that matter.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll come again after, after like 2 weeks, so wait for the session. And thank you the entire backend team of Think Cloudly who has been the backend support to Zoe and me to host this session. And thanks to the audience. I really appreciate everyone. We'll definitely keep coming with more and more information to all of you. And I'm sure that everyone is excited and fueled for next 2 weeks before we come again. So see you next time, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.